All right. I'm still excited from yesterday. I did a Hashana food demo. It was a lot of fun. All right, we're going to begin. Another way. Do you want us to wait, Louis? Okay. So we'll start again. We'll rest. I'm going to be very loose today. Another way. And elbows. Other way. Shoulder. And arm. Other way. Like swimming. Waist. I always I learned just to put your hands over your kidneys when you do the waist circle. So whichever way you're more comfortable to. Other way. Lower legs. So pushing together and opening. And other way. When you do these, you want to make sure you're kind of going into the squat. So it's not like you're bending from your hip when you do these, and you want to look out. Okay. Now, another way. And sit. And sit. And legs together. Other way. And our ankles. Other way. Other foot. Other way. Our neck. And the other way. Arms drop. And twisting the torso. So when Louis turned us all on to Rabbi Trugman, and I had the pleasure to meet him last Pesach, and he came with many of his books. And so this one, I think you're reading this too, Louis, right? Seasons of the Soul. So in this book, on the section on meditation for Elul, it has this chart, and I'll scan it and send it to everybody. But basically, it has what the constant mitzvah is that we're supposed to have, the direction that we want to place ourselves, and then the spira, and the matriarch, the patriarch who is associated to it. And I'm going to write to him and get some matriarchs in there also. And as I'm reading it, it's like you go above, you go below, you go east, you go east, you go south, then you go west, and then you go north. And then the final thing is being in this middle point. So it's like you've just built this energy field around you, and now you're in the center of it, this middle point. And the only thing I could think of as I read through this was the heaven and earth practice, right? Because you do this, the whole part of the practice is you're pushing out this energy and building up this energy. And at the end, you're building this vortex, which is just this very beautiful, energetic field around you. And then you are in the center of this field and then reaching up to the heavens. So it made me think of that. And I thought, let's just do this practice today. A short version of it. We'll just do 3 sets of each thing. And all of us have done heaven and earth, right? Yeah. All right. Start with the belly rub, going in the direction of digestion. Bring your hands and There we are.
Thank you. I have a question. In the beginning, when we go to each side and back, I thought that we were doing like an energy ball, and it seems like you go like this. Am I remembering it wrong?
I don't remember an energy ball, but it depends on when we each took it, because
Yeah.
he
At least remember it being more of like that. Yeah. And I saw the two of you, who took it longer ago, palms together.
Did you
I also took the older version.
Oh.
I
So
also did.
universe had-
And I think actually let me look at his books. Hold on.
Yeah, his book, I don't see that energy ball in it. I mean, he talks about the energy ball, but in terms of the practice, I don't recall him.
Okay.
You know
doing
what?
that.
I'm just looking at the pictures. Hold on. Yeah, there's a space between his hands. So
Maybe
this
not a
is-
ball, but I just pictured it.
Right. There is a little bit of space. So it's almost like you're contracting and expanding.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right. That's the idea. But even if it's so, the bottom line is there is no hard and fast rule.
Yeah.
I
Said to like, when you touch your hands together, like your palms, and only the edges should try to touch, the fingertips and this edge, but otherwise kind of still open. So maybe it's
it's actually like a little bit like there's a space.
Yeah.
I like that, actually.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of a space. You could also do it this way.
Yeah.
Who
Okay.
says, oftentimes he would have this experiment, like all of us, right?
Yeah.
Experiment, see what it feels like. And sometimes you may be called to do this. Maybe you're called to do something like this. Maybe
Right.
it's this.
Yeah, I mean, I know when I took the class with him, and we would send him those videos, he never corrected this.
Right.
But if you think about it, like when I'm like that, look how my hand is on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. You know what? I'm meeting with him later. I'll ask a question.
Okay, put it in the chat.
I'll put it in the chat. Ask EHE space hands together. Okay.
I think
I'm
the
gonna ask this
question, it's not is there space, the question is, are your hands flat or are they?
Yeah. Are they curved?
So I
Are
don't
they-
see them
Yeah.
being touched either.
They,
And it's
Yeah.
just
Right.
kind of
I never see, I don't see that. I don't see it in the book.
right. It's a
maybe-
slight arch, so you are feeling it.
Yeah, you're bringing
And
it
then
together
you're
and
pushing
pushing
it
it away.
Okay, I guess I right either.
that's my intention when
Mhm.
I'm moving in, and I am creating, and I'm definitely somebody who needs as much of an energy field around me, because I suck so much of the environment around me, like you're working with clients too, like you pick up their stuff.
Right. So you put like this bubble around you.
Yeah, that's why I like.
Heaven and earth is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's another one that we did, I think, in Enter the Flow. I'm like talking his old school.
Yeah.
Right? That was also about building this energy field out and trying to like really sense like how far out is it going. And when you first start, it's much shallower, but the idea.
Oh, I think it's between heaven and earth also. Yeah.
Well, it's good that you just bring up what.
You're definitely doing that. That's no question about it. But there's another course that we did that might have been Enter the Flow, that you're also doing that. There's like fountain and all these other things that are
right. Yeah.
all blended together for me. I'm like, every once in a while, I'm like, oh, okay, let me go look and see, which one that was in, and find it. Or I throw something in the chat, like, where do I find this? But so so in heaven and earth, the order of direction is different from the lulav, but I just thought the connection and that we're pushing out in all these different directions and creating this center space. Really, as we were reading it, it just was like, oh, it's all I could think of was between heaven and earth. So I wanted to share that.
Thank
It's
you.
Beautiful.
Very good.
'Tis the season.
So what I want to take that whole concept of the space away from us, that's away from us, is that's what I was practicing to present today. Following on what I wrote a couple of weeks ago, also from our current favorite book, because it's good for the holidays. And there's a quote from the Torah portion: if you build a new house and you should make a guardrail for your roof, in order that you not bring blood upon your house if a fallen one falls from it. So the concept is, if a fallen one falls off your roof, meaning the person already fell, and we're putting a guardrail on it, so why are we putting the guardrail on? So we want to take this concept and say, it's us. It's not for another person climbing on the roof. We want to look at how we can take this as ourselves being a fallen one and build a fence around us to protect us. And the key here is what to think about is, if you were on a tour and you were visiting on the edge of a cliff, if there was no railing at the edge of the cliff, you wouldn't go right up to the edge. You would be a foot or 2 feet back, depending on how scared you are of heights. By putting the fence right on the edge, you then are able to get right up to the edge and feel protected. So what we want to do is find our edge. It's walking right into what Joe just was talking about, finding our edge. For Elul, we're finding this edge for our own protection of the year coming forward. So what I want to do, and there's one more step after this, I don't want to talk too much right now. We're going to work on the 3 Dantiens and build up the energy field around us. That's our fence. The energy field that's away from the body is the one we want to build. There's other protections inside. Well, we're not, there's other times to deal with those. Right now, we're going to concentrate on our energy field, which is away from the body. And that's part of the exercise that we have of finding and strengthening the 3 Dantiens. So that's what I want to work on right now.
Okay. Thank you. This is amazing.
Yes, it is.
So much Torah learning. This is great.
Perfect.
All right. So what I want to do, make sure maybe it's down below. All right. I think pin me. Oh, here's where I do it. Pin. Good. So make sure you pin me. All right. So getting back into the balance. And by the way, I think I found my happy medium of the size of me in the picture. Oh, this is okay. So just feeling, relaxing, starting with where we left off. Slowing down, just breathing in and breathing out, your own balance. And working first on the lower Dantien, we want to warm up the hands. Get them nice and warm because it's going to bring your hands down, and regardless of what you've done in the past, you want to put your right hand against the body and the left hand on top of that. because we're activating the lower Dantian with this. So just breathing in and out, and the touch is really getting the center warmed up, letting the spine, the center of the lower Dantian. First level of activation is just touching it. Now we want to add to this with a bit of a concentration of breathing. So I want to breathe in. I'll move my arms. You keep your hands on the Dantian. I want to breathe in from the environment and have it come into the lower Dantian. And as you breathe out, push the stale air away from the body, leaving your hands on the lower Dantian. Breathing in, collecting new chi, bringing it into the lower Dantian, and breathing out, sending out the stale, dark, cloudy chi. Breathing in and breathing out, all concentrated into the lower Dantian. Breathing in and breathing out. Now I want to breathe in the same way, the new chi. But as I breathe out, I want to compact it in the center of the lower Dantian and blow on that center, almost like a coal getting it hot. As I breathe in the chi, you blow out it into the center. Blow on the inverter and make it hotter and hotter. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in with the breath. And then concentrate it into a small ball in the center with the exhale. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. I'm going to start massaging that area. Keeping the hands one on top of another, feeling that warmth build even further and further on the edges of the Dantian. Change direction. Feeling the massage warm up the area. Change the direction again. Change the direction, and now we've changed the rhythm, getting it. We're going to start going faster. The friction is warming us up. Keep changing direction and getting faster and faster. Yeah. That little ember now is bigger and bigger as we get it warmer and warmer. Now we want to tap it in or hit it with our fists or our fingers, but even further and deeper activation, more strenuous massage because of the way that we either slap, pat with their fingers or beat with their fists. Depends on what you feel, not a right and a wrong. What feel the consistency of that ball of energy and making it supple, make the dough, make the challah with your lower dantian. Now we're going to start with the expansion. You've got the energy. Hands are just away from the dantian, and they breathe in. I feel the pressure against my hand. Breathing out, hands come closer. Breathing in, and we're going to try to pull this further and further away from the body, because that's where our fence is. Breathing out, it collapses so our hands come in. Breathing in pushes it away. Breathing out, and feel the space. And even though the hands are in the front, it's expansion as they breathe in behind you also and to the sides. Breathe out, it comes in. Go a little further away. See if we can get further away from the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Compacting it. Expansion with the in. Compacting it. A little sinking as I breathe out. I'm rising when I come up. Breathe in. Breathe in. And out. If you can't even go further, breathing in. If you can feel it, don't go farther than what you can feel. Breathe out. And actually, you can compact it a layer that's further away, not all the way in. Breathing in, extension, and out, it just compacts a little section far away. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Feeling it. Breathing out. Now I want to stir it a little. So my hands are on top of another. Just stir it. Whoops. Towards the body. Sorry. Both hands going towards the body. And we're going to keep our stirring, the circle, keep the circle the same size. We're only going to be changing direction, not size. Change the direction a little. And keeping it at the same distance. It's kind of closer, much closer than what our energy field was, so that we really can touch that energy a lot easier. And the ball is the whole inner side of the stomach area. And the whole thing is spinning with my hand following him. Now I want to do another dimension, the sides of the ball. Now the ball is making another dimension, another plane, circling, going in a circle. I feel it come, the circle kind of sliding up. The edge of the circle is of the ball, touching different parts of the inside of my stomach, back, up, down, comes around that circle. Now the top plane, and I've got the ball going in another plane, another direction. And I feel the warmth from that beating just in the front, but it's, because the ball is spinning. It's warming up the different sides of the inside of the Dantien. And then we relax and we feel, and all that motion is continuing in the lower Dantian, but now I want to do the same thing up in the center. I bring my hands and I just put my hands on and touch the middle Dantian, holding, feeling that energy flow. The right hand is touching because it can send energy out stronger. We want to use it as a spring of directing energy into the Dantian. And feel that warmth of the hand warm up just by touch, just by concentrating on the center Dantian. It's getting activated and warmed up. And here now I'll do the same with the breathing. I want to breathe in new energy from all sides, all directions, into this area, into the center. And as I breathe out, I'm sending away the stale, dark, hard chi, getting rid of the bad chi. Breathing in, clean, light, warm chi. Breathing out the stale. Breathing in the new. And out the stale. One more time as I breathe in. Breathe out. Continuing with the breath as I breathe in new. Now when I breathe out, I don't send it away. I concentrate that new fresh energy into the center of the center Dantian. It's all good in there. Now I'm just heating up the good. Breathing in more. And condensing it and blowing on the ember, making it hotter and hotter. Breathing in. Concentrate on the center of the Dantian as I breathe out, heating it up, blowing on it, getting it even hotter. And blowing on. Now that ember is getting hot. I want to warm it up even more. So I'm going to start massaging it with a touch, feeling it, feeling the heat, changing directions, bringing it away from that center core heat and expanding it into the whole area. Change the direction again and go a little faster. Faster. Keep changing directions. Back again. Really feel the heat now. The whole thing, it's not just a little ember, but the whole thing is on fire. Now again, with either the tapping of the fingers or slapping, or bouncing with your fists, whatever feels good. You're bringing it out right out to the surface, that whole ball of energy, bringing it out, not just the front, but the back, sides, the whole center Dantian now really activated. And now we're gonna spiral it again. So starting just a small kind of circle. Feeling that really activated it. Changing the plane. As it makes a circle, it touches the front and the back. That makes a circle like the edge of the balls. Massaging the insides. And the third plane. And we relax and we kind of now we can feel them independently. The lower is cooled a little compared to this one really being center being activated. And now we want to bring that touch again. You can either touch the front of the forehead or on the top or the back. Whatever you're comfortable. The upper Dantian has a lot of ways to get in. And just hold it there. Feel it warm up the center. Just the touch starts the activation. Now the same we'll do next, the breath, bringing in new. And sending out old. So breathe out. Now I bring in the new with the in-breath. And exhale, I'm sending it into the center of the head, into the center of the upper dantian, and warming up that cold. So breathe on it, blow on it. Breathing in. Breathing out, but sending the energy into the center point. Blowing on that ember, getting it hotter and hotter. For the massage, you can either massage the front of your head or the top of your head, even the sides, your temples. Just a nice, wherever it's comfortable for you to create third eye, just start getting that energy more activated. get it going fast. Even if it's the temples do a lot there, really go right into the center of the brain, feeling it. And here, either with knocking on the top of the head or touching with your fingertips, kind of different ways of this little more strenuous activation, but you don't have to give yourself a headache, but you want to get that little more than rubbing. And then the circle and towards the face. I'm gonna go a little faster. I mean, won't spend as much time on it because of the time. The sides here, you really feel it in the temples. And then on the top. And as we relax now, we're feeling all three might have different sensations, but they're all really activated. And fields, the energy fields are that fence is away from the body. Now we want to combine them all and really almost in a standing meditative state. You breathe in and out, just feel your whole body as a whole, but then go maybe a meter away and put a fence right there. Put a fence a meter away from the body. And that whole area between you and the fence, this is our physical area. And as the physical attributes of the body. So this fence is helping you. We're going to concentrate on what are the physical things that I want to concentrate on for Elul. Physical actions, making challah, building the sukkah, things that have physical attribute to it, and strengthen that fence so that it will allow me to get out of my comfort zone and not be afraid. As I breathe in and breathe out, feel that space, that whole space, and how comfortable you are in that space of doing physical mitzvah. Reaching out with the hand to give tzedakah. Driving the car to help a person do an errand that they're not able to do. Use your imagination of what are some physical mitzvot that you really haven't felt comfortable with doing in the past. And now you've got the strength because your fence allows you to get right up to the edge. Breathe, you just meditate on those things. Your mind can be flying all over the place, or you can just pick one new mitzvah for the year. All you need is one. With that strength, that mitzvah can tip the scales for your new year of a physical action. Just check something. Now we want to go a little further away. that energy buildup of each Dantien, we pushed it away from the body. So between that 1 meter, go out to 2 meters. Think of that space like 2 meters away. And create a barrier for yourself so that you can approach something on an emotional level. Okay? Visiting or a sick friend or a sick relative. The emotions are high that you're afraid. What do I say? What do I do when I visit them? What good can I do? I'm not a doctor. But the emotions are high. They need your spiritual support. Visiting a Shiva call. I don't know what to say. I don't really know what to do. But it's okay. The emotions are strengthened to allow you to take one step further than what you did in the past of something. Increase your empathy for another person who just wants to talk. No reason, no illness, no shiva, just, you know what, they're having a bad time. Emotions are running high. I want to approach them and help ease their mind because I have built up my fence out further away from my body to allow me to succeed. Now, remember we said the fallen should not fall off your roof. Guess what? You might fail. You might do something like this and what did I do? Why did I do that? I failed in that action that's okay. We're all right. Pick yourself up and do it again for another person. Help someone else in their emotional building because your emotions are high. Interact with a loved one the last time you had an argument. This time, you know how to get through it. Breathe in and out. We're feeling that space around us and compacting that energy field between 1 foot, 1 meter and 2 meters, maybe a little further. And giving you the protection to take a step out a little bit further away. And the last one, further away, anything past 2.5 meters. This is an energy field. It's really hard to create a fence. Where do I put it? Maybe only put it 3 meters away. Maybe you're strong enough to put it 5 meters away. There's no right and wrong. And this is intention. This is the field of intention and the mind. All right, I want to actually create some positive intention actions. Get involved with a committee that does something. She has good intentions. I'll have good intentions to do something that someone asks me to do. And I might fail or I might succeed. It's all right. I'm going to take the step because I built the fence way out there to protect me and let me get out to the edge. Let me get closer to Hashem. I want the attention and the mind. What I use my mind for prayer. Let me pray a little more than I used to. Maybe I only went Friday night to services. I'll do a couple of Saturdays. I'll do once in the middle of the week. I'll do some Tehillim. Pick some songs to do. My mind is going to get into action in this zone. I'm gonna take a step out of my comfort zone and use this intent and the mind to do something a little better for the new year, because I have the strength. And just breathing in and out, strengthening the willpower to do these actions during the month of Elul. Create this concept so that when Rosh Hashana comes, you're starting with a new slate. You might have failed at it before, it doesn't matter because, okay, I was one of the volumes, now I got up and I have the energy, I have the fence, and I built up my zone. Now we bring our hands back into the center of the Dantiens. Feel how warm it is, supple it is, the action. Concentrate it all back down, integrate all of the commitments that you have wanted to take, that you want to take. Slow down everything. Feel the strength. Feel the elbow. Oops, that must be the end. That's my song. All right, Shana Tova. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, thank you.
Just a second. Hold on, I'm just finishing a class. That's my son in America.
All right. All right.
So I
Thank you
will-
so much. That was wonderful.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. What a great
Thank
way
you.
to start our day here.
I
Yeah,
love Monday morning.
good morning to you all.
And good afternoon to
see
you.
Yeah.
next Tuesday. We'll talk.
All right. Great. Thank
All
you.
right,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.